So next we're going to install these tunnel protectors and a fan cooled. And of course there's none of these with a liquid cooled machine. You have the heat exchanger, and these are built in, so you just buy these plastic pieces, slide them right in. But because there's no cooling in this, you have to pop rivet these channels into the tunnel. So you got two sections, and this has a tip-up tunnel, so there's two pieces. So we'll pop rivet them inside. I'll mark them from the top, drill them down through, and then I'll move them to the bottom and pop rivet them in. And I'll show you where I'm going to place them. And so stick around. Alright, so these have a capped end and then they have an open end. So you're going to put these up in the tunnel just to the outside of this on each side. So they'll mount with the cap facing forward. And I'm going to mount them a 1/2 inch forward of this seam right here. So I'm going to take and mark the seam with a paint pen, or should I say a Sharpie. I'll mark the seam, and then I'm going to measure about a 1/2 inch in front of that. So you'll notice you got your edge right there all the way up. So I'm just going to place that right on the edge, and I'm going to measure a 1/2 inch off this. Like I said, I don't think it has to be perfect, so we'll do a 1/2 inch. It'll leave me enough room up front. And do the same thing with this one. About a 1/2 inch. Make sure that's right on the edge. And then I'm going to mark the holes, and then I will drill them out and then place them underneath. So I'm just going to put pressure down on it so it don't move. And I'll just put a circle in all. There's that one. That one's all good. Now we'll do this side. Make sure that your closed end, depending on what kit you get, if they're both open, just make sure you put them in that way when you flip them over and put them up in the tunnel. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Verify that it's running true right down the edge, and then just mark them. Next. Okay, so now that we got these marked, move these out of the way. Now you see you got got 5 on each side. So now we got to mark the center with a hole punch or a punch. Same to the other side. So there's nothing underneath that I can hit because there's no heat exchangers or anything, so. Too many cups of coffee this morning. And this is a 3/16 drill bit, so forgot to tell you that. Clean up my mess. Okay, one thing I wanted to point out is when you put these in, you see there's a gap in there. If you use too long of a pop rivet, when it draws up, that won't slide in. So you're going to want to make sure that there's 7/16. We're going to put one in and then we'll test it just to make sure, because I don't want to have to drill them all out. So we'll test it just to make sure that these are going to clear. Okay, so I want to get the snow flap off, so I got to get these rubber covers off. So I can drill these pop rivets out. I think we got to pull the bumper off too. Alright, I got some vice grips, needle nose vice grips in case I need them. Once it starts spinning. Yeah, it's already spinning. That didn't take long. You just got to hold the back of the pop rivet. There's one. That's the piece you got to hold on to on the back side. Drill them out. Bon voyage. So I'm going to pop rivet one up there in the center and see if this slides in to make sure that there's no interference with the pop rivet. And then we'll go from there. There's my closed end. We'll put that up in there. Put the pop rivet down through. Send it. Whoa, hold on. Alright, where's the pop rivet? Right there. Yep. Goes right through. Perfect. Clears it. And those are 7/16 length by 3/16, I believe. There's one. I'm just going to hold up on those, make sure they're all in before I pull the trigger on it. Alright, and I'm just going to put some pressure up. Same with these ones. Last one. If I can get up in there. All right, we'll do the same thing with this side. Okay. Now we got to mount these ones in the back. I think I'm gonna have to pull this up. I'll have to remove this. Okay, I got a laser line set up, so So I'm going to put those other two, I'll line it up with the center. Center of those holes. Just like that. Alright. So I got the laser line running right through the middle of the pop rivets, then right through these three holes. Nothing underneath, so just an empty space. Okay, so they're all to length, and I'm going to slip this on the back with the hole in the towards the back. I'm going to slip this on, and then I'm going to push it all the way up, and then I'm just going to adjust this back one until all three holes line up, and then I'm going to pop rivet it because it's going to end up bending with the the raised tunnel. So you got 6 13mm bolts. Once I get that all the way to the front, oof, I'm going to bump my head, and I'm going to slide this, line up the hole, find that, and I'm going to drill a hole into the plastic so I can enlarge a little bit so the rivet will fit down inside it. Okay, so now I'll show you what I'm doing. See, so now I got 3 holes in there so the rivet can sit down in. Because if not, when I went to push the rivet down in, I want it to be able to go all the way in there so it'll expand when it pulls up. Without drilling a hole in it, I'd put the rivet down and it'd hit, and it was sticking up on the top probably about 1/8 of an inch or more, and I was afraid it wasn't going to draw flush, so now I can put it down in. So now I'll put these back on, push it all the way to the front. Gotta find my 3 holes. There. Now I'll push this all the way to the front. Now I should be able to bend these up. So now that I put a hole in the plastic protector, now the rivet will drop down in there. Let's see, that one work. That one work. Perfect. Wrong one. I ain't gonna do that with a drill. I need this. Push up on it. Okay, do the same thing with the other side. Push it all the way forward and then countersink the hole so the rivet will sit in it. Same drill bit as we used to drill the actual hole. 3/16. Alright, so now we just gotta find that hole. There. I just want to check to make sure the rivet drops all the way in. Okay. Line them holes up that we just drilled. Push this up in. Okay, clean up my bass. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Alright, all the way down. We should be good to go.